named
sidekick.
Linda G.
I'm medium rare.
And we decided to do something different. Actually, it was one of Linda's friends that suggested for Gay Pride.
Call out to Mark Rhodes.
Hi, Mark. And we talked to try and get some icons from the other side, from the spirit world, to see what they have to say about what's going on with the LGBT community.
In honor of Gay Month.
You know, the Gay Pride, yes.
I specifically looked at the gay community to read them, the ones who have passed. And tell everybody what happened with you, how you got hit right away. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I tell everybody I'm medium rare. So I have to go do a little research. Like the other night, I said to a friend, I was scrying. They said, "What's wrong?" I said, "No, I wasn't crying. I was scrying, using my crystal ball to just." And right away, I got a couple hits, and they just came, and it was like, and I'm writing as fast as I can, and then thinking, "Is this me talking or is that them?" And with one of them, the howl and cackle, there was no question. And you got some hits right away too. You said
I did, from No Coward. No Coward was, I actually believe my uncle worked with him. He was born December 16th, 1899 in England, and he died March 26, 1973 in Jamaica. He's
right. I actually visited his grave.
You did?
Jamaica. Yeah.
Oh, wow. He was a brilliant playwright.
Oh, he was everything. Composer, playwright.
Filmmaker and actor. And I know my uncle worked with him. He had No Coward's number in his little spinning thing.
Rolodex.
So anyway, when I was looking at different, because I really wanted to get a hit on Freddie Mercury too. I really loved him. He immediately started talking. And what he said is, when you go to the other side, it's only about love. You're not actually biologically female or male.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that movie Cocoon?
Of course.
Where they had sex, but they had sex spiritually?
Yeah.
It's love for whoever you want, who's ever there. It's not about defying,
gender.
Social. Yeah. And he said, Linda, it's always about the love. And those of us who love the same sex in this lifetime were stepped on and told off, but that wasn't always the way of the world. And including my tribal members. Back in the day, tribes let you go whatever you decided. You could even have trans people that they could change.
Tribes have 5. Indian tribes had 5 spirits. And it was when they came over and they said, "Oh no, it has to be two genders."
Right.
You know?
But he said it's all about the love over there. It was so beautiful what he was saying. He's saying, if I could write a play on this, but it's nothing. There's no pointing at you or you lived in sin. None of that is there. And what's interesting is those who, especially the ones that died of AIDS, they were all there in a group helping each other with the cross.
Yeah. Yeah.
The way you said, yeah, it's like you saw that too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, when I was doing, at first I got this big collective of love and this feeling, and I started hearing the same pattern of words. And that's when I had to really concentrate. Okay, is this the group saying this? And I was getting, but then I was like, okay, who wants to be the spokesperson?
Yeah.
Give me a name. Come on. And it was Harvey Milk that stepped forward.
Oh, he was great in San Francisco.
And what I got from him was, and I wrote it down as fast as I could, was it is time for everyone to be their authentic self. If someone is not willing to accept you, that doesn't mean you have to accept them.
Yeah.
We always have and always will make our own families. As long as there is love, we're all going to be okay.
Exactly. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's what's over there is the love.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's what No Coward was pulsating with. He hasn't taken another body yet at all.
Well, and the other one that came through, which is it just real fast, was Divine.
Oh my God, I love Divine and all the movies. Remember the midget and he crossed his legs and broke the midget's neck?
Well, there was Pink Flamingos and Female Trouble and all those. But when I just heard this laughter, and he had this, no pun intended, a belly laugh, and it was just this laugh, and it was like, I was the trashy drag queen and proud of it, and now look what they've done. He said, and it was laughing the whole time. Finally had a mainstream hit, and I died. But that's okay. I am so proud of the little drag queens and kings out there today. Kill them all with kindness and heels.
Yeah, isn't that? Oh, heels. I love it.
Yeah.
I can't remember the movies, but the movies are funny, you guys. If you get a chance, those of you who don't remember this character.
It used to be in Philadelphia, the midnight shows at TLA Cinema was Pink Flamingos, Female Trouble, and then he came out with Polyester in 81, and then Lust in the Dust. And Polyester had those little scratch and sniffs that John Waters had. And then that's Divine Without Regalia. And then Hairspray. And that's when he was laughing, just saying, I finally had a film that went mainstream, and then I died.
Wow. That's wonderful.
But he was so
Hi, Mark.
So proud.
Thank you so much. That's Mark Rhodes, you guys. So he's the one that recommended this. Now, who else? Didn't you get a third one?
I actually got Rock Hudson came through.
And he was the one that had to hide.
And you could just feel the sense of love, and that's Cary Grant. Wrong one.
Rock Hudson.
There you go.
There he is. Good looking guy.
Well, I mean, it was brief, but it was also just very poignant. He wasn't really talking about life in Hollywood and stuff like that. He just said, they can say what they want, but my life and journey was to give a name and a face to a cause when it was needed the most.
Oh.
That is what my entire life was all about, leading up to that moment of my life. That's what it was for.
And he didn't realize how much of an impact it would be because it was so hush-hush behind closed doors.
But it was when Liz Taylor and all of them met with him. I mean, she was crawling into the hospital, like in the middle of the night, and just to meet with them and stuff and spend time so nobody would see her. But then when they came out with it, that's when it changed the whole face.
It sure did. It made it more acceptable.
And more people, and that's when she started Amphi, and all the money started rolling in and all that. And it gave that stigma, like, okay, it's Rock Hudson.
Yeah. Good looking guy back in the day.
Yeah. Well, even when he was doing, Dynasty, he was still handsome.
Yeah, yeah. But somebody said he was in Ireland and they were on the set, and he was surrounded by young men. You know who else that's not dead, but who was surrounded by young men I met in Beverly Hills was John Travolta.
I can tell you stories.
He married that last wife, but he had entourage of extremely young men.
Yes.
So I want to hit Freddie Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
He was born September 5th, 1946. Beautiful, beautiful. Died November 24th of 1991, and he died of AIDS. He was very charismatic. He always called everybody darling. Darling. And he was Queen all the way. And he went through a lot of changes while he was on Earth, he's telling me. He got woke while he was on, because he did get a little bit too caught up in the drugs and stuff. It kind of ruined his ability to think clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But he's made, I don't know if his parents are still alive, but he's talking like he's splitting bread with them. Like I don't know what they did that caused him to be upset while he was on Earth, but now maybe they were just too stuck in their ways. But he's saying, I split bread with my parents now. That's really weird. I've never heard that before. I still look fabulous. And I sing in there's a huge auditorium, kind of castle looking thing. Have you ever seen it? It's on the other side. It's got beautiful lights. It's like an amphitheater, but it's made of crystals.
Yes.
And he's singing there. He's still singing, and everybody is just enjoying themselves.
He's
over there they enjoy too, you guys. Plus, he gets to do his classics. Not necessarily his rock and roll, but he loved, other music.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, he's thanking you for asking about him. So, anybody that I want to get somebody like Lorraine Hansberry, who died in 1965, who was a lesbian. She's best known for Raisin in the Sun.
Yes.
She's brilliant. Unfortunately, not only for gay men, but especially for the women, they had to keep it hush hush. She lived behind. You know who else I keep seeing since we've been doing this? But I thought she was straight. I keep seeing that pilot woman that disappeared.
Oh, I got her too. Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, but she was married, but I got that she's wanting to tell everybody that she was in love with a woman on the Earth thing. So she probably was bi.
Yeah. Yeah. Amelia Earhart.
But this woman here, Mabel, there's a lot of sadness with her. I think when she was raised, I think she was assaulted. I think she had a lot of things happen, but she was brilliant in her writing, but she could never live her authentic self. That's hard. Because I'm authentically cray-cray. So
get in line, pick a number.
It's easy for me to be cray-cray, because everybody goes, "Oh, Linda, yeah, you're just great." But other people just couldn't live their authentic selves.
Right. And I think that's why when I felt the collective, the word authentic self kept on coming up really big. And then it was Harvey Milk that came forward and took credit for it.
So who else you got, my friend?
Well, I mean, I was joking when I told a friend about the premise. And I said, yeah, I keep on hearing somebody asking about their brother, George.
Well, there's she.
Yeah. And it was like, George Michael? I'm like, no, Liberace.
Oh, he came through. Liberace did.
Briefly.
And
it wasn't. He was just laughing and decked out and gorgeous and lots of beautiful angels around him.
Yeah.
And he was like, just like almost like sitting on I don't want to say a throne, but it wouldn't be anything else. And he just like leaned in like this with his, just leaned in and said, I never really talked about much.
Wow.
But if you think about it, my name is part of the words gay liberation. Lib.
Wow. And he really loved his mom. Was his mom there?
Yes.
Because he really loved his mom.
And you know who else was around him? St. Anthony.
St. Anthony?
Yeah, he was he always prayed to St. Anthony. And I felt St. Anthony's presence was behind him.
Yeah. And he could be very generous himself.
St. Anthony, come around, something is lost and cannot be found.
Yeah.
But he was just glowing like he was in life.
Yeah.
And like I said, he didn't get into much. He was just saying he really couldn't do much. He said he did a lot people don't know about, helped a lot of people. Because we know that he donated and gave money to everybody that needed it.
With animals too, correct? Because I see a
Yeah.
lot of animals around him.
Oh yeah, but it was just this idea of I never said much openly about, and he used the word gay liberation.
Well, he was born in the days that you just couldn't
You
talk.
couldn't. Well, don't forget, the London tabloid wrote he was mad about the boy, and he sued them, and he won.
Yeah.
But what I'm just saying is he was very proud of the way the music industry and the entertainment industry, that people are being accepted.
Right. Exactly. Here he is.
They don't have to run and hide.
He
And
was
it was also,
May 16th.
and it also came up. He mentioned Little X Nas,
Who?
the gay rapper, the black kid that's
Yeah.
out there nowadays. He said that's the next generation.
Okay.
So that's what I got from him.
Yeah. And he loved all those sequins, beautiful costumes he wore. And he was so kind to everybody. He was very sweet.
Yeah.
I just see animals too. I see little animals around him. Like
Yeah.
those were his children, his babies.
Mm-hmm.
He got hurt by certain people, though. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if one person was violent towards him, but he got hurt.
Well, there was that time he almost died, and he just took all of his money and just gave it all away and paid everybody's debts off, everything. He was basically broke, and then he survived. It was the chemicals from when they were dry cleaning his stuff.
Oh, it made him sick.
Sick, and he ended up in the hospital. Yeah.
Well, what killed him? What did he finally die of?
He died of AIDS.
Oh, okay.
He died of AIDS.
So he died in 1987.
Right. I mean, at the time, I think it was his manager, Seymour Heller, said that, oh, he's on a watermelon diet. That's why he's lost so much weight.
That's what they were trying to do with Rock Hudson, too.
Yeah. So.
But his co-stars, Doris Day and all those, they loved it. They didn't care about it.
Yeah.
But well, my uncle was gay, and he lost his lover in New York at their apartment in New York in a fire. And he was so heartbroken. And he called my grandmother, his mother, and he just poured his heart out and wanted her to know that the love of his life had died in this fire. And he just talked away to her. And then he said, Linda, it was as if she never heard me. She listened, and then she changed the conversation. And he said they never mentioned it. No one ever said anything.
So
my dad was the same way. He just didn't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And so Earl struggled very, very hard. Towards the end, when he died, he had told people he didn't have any family, which I don't blame him.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. So who else came in for
you guys back in the 50s? 60s, it started to get a little lighter, but in the 50s, it was bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Marie says she worked in the Las Vegas Hilton. When Liberace would perform, he would come up to the front desk to pick up his mail messages, and he was always smiling and kind. Yeah. I bet his skin was beautiful. He looks like he has beautiful skin.
Well, he had a number of procedures.
Yeah. Greta Garbo was a lesbian. Greta Garbo also, I think wasn't she bi? Didn't she have men and women?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you know who else used to have affairs with men? When I was scrying, and then I looked it up, and I kept on getting Burt Lancaster.
Oh, really? I've heard that.
Yeah. And apparently all the men that worked for his, he had a production company, and every man that worked in production was gay.
Well, he had Shelley Winters. That was the love of her life.
Mm-hmm.
Was Burt Lancaster. But yeah, but you know, you just didn't let that out in the open.
Yeah.
This is who? Greta Garbo?
Greta Garbo. I want to be alone.
You know, can I tell you that I felt when she was hitting me, she had issues when she was a child where she was abused. And I
Mhm.
feel almost insatiable sex drive. Like she
Mhm.
just, it kind of, Betty Davis was the same way. She'd screw anything. I don't know about other women, but she would screw anything.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
So that's, I mean, those are the ones that came through to me. Um, but I mean, I did put it out there. I didn't get oh, the other one was I was trying to get a hold of Edie Windsor.
who?
Edie Windsor, the American activist, when we went to Supreme Court that got things overturned, the Defense of Marriage Act.
No. What is it about Edie Windsor?
Well, she was the one that got. Remember when Roberta Kaplan went to the Supreme Court and they got the Defense of Marriage Act that led to same-sex marriage?
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
think
that was huge. Was she one of the ones that got married in San Francisco? Here she is.
no,
She was born in 1929. She was a LGBTQ rights activist.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Case led to the Supreme Court decision that struck down the Defense of Marriage Act. Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was very happy she did that.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
just like they say, you should be able to love who you want to love.
love is love, is what I kept on getting. I think you were talking about Del Martin, who was the American feminist and gay rights activist.
Who they got
She-
married on the steps of the city hall, one of the first couples to get married.
Yeah, with Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Del
let me
Martin.
tell you, if Trump gets back in there, which he won't, I don't want you guys to watch my latest video. They will remove gay rights. And then that Mike Johnson had the nerve to be up there and say, yeah, it's a shame because Biden was just lying away. It's like they're on something.
Crack. I mean, they're just nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
Mike Johnson refers himself to Moses. Somebody said he can't even part his hair, let alone the Red Sea. But yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
yeah.
So-
Who else came through? Anybody?
Well, if I look at the names, I'll see if I get a hit. Sylvester, he was born in 1947. He was a Virgo.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of personality, like
Oh, he's flamboyant, like Liberace.
Queen.
Yeah.
He died
Freddie
in
Mercury.
1988. He was an American singer-songwriter, primarily active in the genre of disco rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
I loved his music. I remember dancing to that stuff back in the 70s.
He had a great falsetto voice.
Yeah. Yeah, he said actually he felt as a woman. If he should have got changed to a woman. He felt very connected to the female energy. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
He said he should have changed to a woman. But he had because he could make good money, he had a lot of relationships. I see him waving money like this. But I think he died of AIDS because it feels like he was real sick before he died.
Yeah, I believe so. Did Sally Ride come through at all?
No. How about with you?
No.
I wonder if she took another body.
That's what I was thinking. Because I got a couple hits in that, and I was like, or people asking about Sally Ride, but I didn't really get much on her. But who did?
Kind of the genius type. She could be with the realm on a different level.
Yeah. And when I started compiling the list, one of the names that came through.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows she's straight, but it was Eleanor Roosevelt.
Was what?
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yeah, but they're basing that on love letters she sent to her girlfriend. They were very intense.
Lorena Hickok.
Yeah. So I think she was in love with a woman for sure.
Yeah.
And she never had the love from her mother. So she
Mm-mm.
probably needed to substitute it. But she was awfully hurt. I have her book.
Mm-hmm.
She was awfully hurt by her daughter not telling her that the father's lover was there when he died. She took that big offense to that and didn't talk to her daughter for years. And then she realized she should. She said, "But Mom, you were never available for him." And she said, "I started thinking about it and I realized, I really wasn't." He always begged her to stay because he loved talking to her. He loved getting her input, but she was always pissed off at him.
Wow.
So I think she was bisexual for sure.
I believe so too. Did Oscar Wilde come through?
No, I think he's taken another body.
See, I wasn't feeling much from him.
Yeah.
And people have to realize, like I tease and say medium rare, you may put out there you want to speak to somebody. If they're not there to talk, they're not coming through.
Just can't get them, you guys. We can't force it.
Because someone also asked about
taking another body.
Because someone was asking about Paul Lynde. I got absolutely nothing.
I didn't get anything on him either. Well, he wasn't a nice man. And I know this for a fact because I worked with my uncle when Paul Lynde was at Hollywood Squares. He just wasn't a nice guy. He was kind of ugly. He was always pissed. He wasn't warm and friendly. So energetically, he sort of stuck.
Yeah. Well, he had a persona that he put out there, but the real person was something else.
Right.
Yeah. I always felt hurt from him. Like he was very hurt.
Yeah.
And yeah. And someone said, and bitter. But no,
go ahead.
No, go on.
Well, I wanted to tell you guys, I talked about it on my show. This isn't a gay person, but I was watching Sweet Dreams again with Jessica Lange and Ed, what's his name? Ed Smith or Ed. He's a good actor. About Patsy Cline.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm watching, they did a great job. Sweet Dreams. And all of a sudden I could see Patsy Cline. And I went, whoa. And I was just kind of like, whoa, how are you doing? She told me she took another body.
Oh.
And guess who she told me she took? Now, this came out of the air. I can't prove it. Carrie Underwood.
Wow.
And Carrie Underwood has really got a good voice, too. And Carrie Underwood is achieving the fame that should have been Patsy Cline's because Patsy Cline got cut off too soon. She only died when she was 30. And she was just making all these hits and everything. So, yeah. Her body was intact. Apparently, everybody else got chopped up, but I heard her body was intact.
Mm.
But that was weird. Minding my own beeswax. That's when you know the stuff is true. When you're minding your own beeswax, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yes, like a tap on the shoulder. Hello. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Antonio said the Walton grandparents were both gay. I just found out about that. The grandma was, and the grandfather.
Really?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And the grandmother was gay. Apparently very happy and had the same partner for years, no problem. It's funny because I'll talk to people and they'll say, yeah, my aunt lived with this woman. They lived together for years. And, they didn't discuss it, but yeah, they were gay. They weren't just roommates.
Yeah, it's like roommates, confirmed bachelors that live together.
Yeah, yeah.
But
how about that kid that was murdered? Was it in
Matthew
Oklahoma?
Shepard?
Was it in Oklahoma or was it in Maine? There was
Matthew
someone in Maine too.
Matthew Shepard.
Yes. He was just a young boy. He's like, he didn't take another body, even though he died viciously. He feels like he's helping others. other gay young people cross over.
When I looked at it, I kept on getting him. His mom's a huge activist, and he's around his mom a lot, helping her.
Oh, okay, cool.
Helping her. Rudolph Nureyev, I didn't get much from him. Somebody's asking about Rudolph Nureyev. I put something out there, the ballet guy.
I saw him in a picture that looked very intimate between him and the guy from Mick Jagger. You would definitely think they were lovers, but why didn't Mick Jagger get AIDS is what I want to know. Mick Jagger plays both sides. So.
Well, Mick Jagger and David Bowie apparently were.
Yeah. Especially in the 60s, it's like people,
free love.
For a minute, yeah.
And like I said, there are names I put out there, like someone's asking about Katharine Hepburn. She didn't come through.
Yeah, I don't pick her up either.
Or Spencer Tracy. I didn't get him coming through either.
And Marilyn Monroe, she gets tired of people asking, but she had a big affair with her female teacher. She had a love affair with her. She just wanted to be loved. There's some that it's not necessarily that they were attracted to the same sex. It's just they wanted that love.
Love that, and in any form. It's like, when you're a hungry person and in walks a ham sandwich, it doesn't matter if it's female or male.
Yeah. When you're hungry, you're hungry.
Exactly. There's Marilyn.
And she doesn't like people to call on her. I don't think she's taken another body.
No.
So, are we done with the?
That's the list I got. That's who I was feeling. Like I said, you put out a net and you put out names, but I wasn't, like I said, the first one that came through was a whole group and like a collective. And then it was Harvey Milk that stepped forward, and then Divine, of all people.
I love Divine. I totally forgot about Divine. Now you got to go watch that.
Howling the whole time. Kill him with kindness and heels.
I love it. I love it.
So
and that Divine came off more people accepted Divine than a lot of other people. They looked at it as a joke, like you're just dressing up a woman and it's a joke. In
Hairspray, he played a male and a female role.
Yeah.
So it was, but he and John Waters met in high school.
Oh, I know. Is John still alive?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Chevalier Vargas, who died in 2012, the Costa Rican-born Mexican singer known for her interpretation of rancheras. She came out as a lesbian at age 81 and was known for her passionate performance and distinctive voice. I can see her. I don't even know what she looks like, but she's young. She's young, but she had to live in the closet. She definitely was assaulted when she was young. I don't know what this is about. Maybe just not even sexual. It could be beaten up a lot.
Yeah, there's someone. Did you oh God. Like I said, I kept on going through a list, and some of them there was nothing. Like, doesn't mean they didn't want to come through. Like I said, I'm medium rare. But but again, when I started looking, all I felt was this, like you said with Noel Coward, this beautiful sense of love.
All it is love. That's all it is. So, there's no such thing as being gay over there. That's not
it's just
it's like that. Spiritually, whether it's a male energy or female energy, you're connected, because all of us have played the roles in different bodies in different lifetimes.
I was talking to a client the other day. He said, "What is it like?" I said, "You ever look at a Rubik's cube?
Yeah.
Each of those little squares is one of our lives, and you go through the whole combination."
Right. Because there's times I wake up that I swear I have balls. I just so the way I can tell people off if my meal doesn't get there on time, oh, you guys.
I'll send you a little bell so you can call people in.
Okay, thank you.
So that's it for what I got, people.
For us for now, and then we're going to be together on Monday, right?
Yeah. But
and guys, everybody pray for Sherry's son.
Yes,
he's getting.
We're putting up a GoFundMe.
But he's getting. They're going to check and see. They think he might have had a little heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's 40.
Yeah, they might have a little occlusion. They might put a stent in. So something's up.
But someone just put a nice question. Anything about the future of the gay community?
Oh,
and I just say it's going to be okay.
It's going to be like it is in heaven right now. Nobody really will notice or give a shit. Except some women might be going, "Dang, I thought he was straight."
I always joke and say every gay man has experienced this in their lifetime, where a woman will come up and say, "I wish you weren't gay."
Yeah.
And when that happens to me, I always have to say, "Shut up, Mom."
Oh God. Yeah. That'd be like me finding out. And who knows? Gerard Butler, he's had a girlfriend, but he's never been married, or who knows? So
it is what it is.
And it doesn't matter even.
Yeah.
To Swami Mommy. Swami Mommy gave 2 $10 super stickers.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Nice. Love and light to Sherry.
Yes, please.
All right.
We didn't go up the name and thank people, so it's not that we're ignoring you. It's just that I can barely walk and talk at the same time.
Thank you, Mark Rhodes.
Yes, Jeffrey, thank you, Mark.
Spiritual Sean Marby, Sharon Sipe, Sherry, Voices from the Swamp. Trying to find all our Sharon again, Jeffrey, Bora,
and Kevin.
Oh, Kevin Lovett. Where is he at? Not Kevin Lovett.
Kevin Lewis.
There he is.
Yes. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you guys for helping out. So that was fun. We got to dabble in that. And thank you, Mark Rhodes, for the idea.
Yeah. You got it. Oh, did you get anything on Alan Turing?
Who's that?
The guy that broke the code. The English guy.
The one they did the movie on?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was gay.
That's what the whole movie was about.
It was?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking the wrong thing.
With Benjamin Cumberbatch, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I didn't get anything on him.
Yeah, I didn't. I feel he's crossed and is like working on stuff.
Well, let me tell you, some of these real high brain energy forms, they don't necessarily they go to almost a different planet.
Realm.
Yeah, because they accumulated knowledge from different places. And so they, he has many things he took his human experience and he's working on other things.
Yeah.
So.
But, like I said, first thing I got was the main message from the entire realm was be your authentic self.
Yes. Amen.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Come back Monday. And I guess Mel's having a good time, you guys.
Yeah, there's Harvey.
Bye, Harvey. His energy.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.